Okay, so hi guys, I hope you are doing well. And this is a third lecture of economics. And in previous two lectures, we talk about definition of money, supply of money, measurements of money, and how commercial banks create money. So I hope you guys have checked that out and you have gone through that. If not, no worries. You can just go back and go through by those two lectures, and this will give you the more clarity and more visualization of the term money and banking, because that are, I think, very important, very important things to know about in this world, in this era, because everything revolves around money. If you want to buy anything, any basic thing like food or any luxury thing like an iPhone or a MacBook or a car, we need money. So I hope you guys check that out, and I can make sure that you guys enjoy that, and you're going to enjoy this topic also. And today's topic is money multiplier. Okay, what is money multiplier? So basically it is a highly observed that commercial bank is a creator of money by creating credit. A commercial bank creates in a sense that it gives more loans to the than the cash deposits received from the depositors. Its basic task, commercial bank's basic task, is to give more loans to the people rather than um, rather than cash deposits received by the depositors. When a bank generates loan to a person, it does not give it into cash to the borrower. Rather than loan is credited in the borrower's account. We don't, when like I'm a bank and I'm giving loan to someone, I'll not give direct money, direct cash to that borrower. I'll rather than put that money into its account. Every bank loan thus create an equivalent deposit with the bank. The bank, on the basis of legal reverse ratio, is to maintain a specific percentage of its deposit as a cash reverse. And whole this topic is discussed in a detail in the previous lecture. So if you want its details, you can go back and check that out. Okay, so this was about the money, and now we are going to talk about the money multiplier. The multiple by which there's a multiple, there's a no number, by which deposits can increase due to its initial deposit is known as money multiplier or deposit multiplier. What will be the value of that deposit multiplier? There must be a value by which that initial deposit is going to increase. So the value is deposit multiplier is equals to 1 upon LRR. This is a formula of deposit multiplier, and this is going to work in the whole concept. So you have to learn this formula, that is deposit multiplier is equals to 1 divided by LRR. If suppose LRR is equals to 20%, that is 0.2, then deposit multiplier is equals to 1 upon 0.2, that is 5. So the value of deposit multiplier will be 5 when the LRR is equals to 20%. Okay, so now I'm going to tell you about our example that is written here. So here you can see there's a formula given that deposit multiplier is equals to 1 upon initial deposit into 1 upon LRR. For example, LRR is equals to 20%, that is 0.5. Multiplier will be 1 upon 0.2, that is 5. Okay, now we will talk about it working. Now suppose new deposit of rupees 1000 is made in bank, that is deposit, that is 1000 rupees in the bank, and let the LRR is equals to 20% given. Now let us assume that bank keep only 20% of that deposit as reserves. No, it means the bank is only going to keep 200 rupees with this, that is reserves, that is 200 rupees, and lend the remaining 800 to the borrower. Like we have 1,000 rupees, we will keep reserves of 200 rupees and then give loan of 800 rupees to the borrower. This is the first round of creation and that will be equal to 80% of the initial deposit. Loan given. Okay. Now in the second round, like suppose borrower withdraws the entire amount of loan. Okay. So the borrower will withdraw the entire amount of loan and spend the same on goods and services needed for investment and consumption. That means now the seller of these goods will get the services and receive 800 rupees of revenue and deposit the same into the bank. Now the seller to which the borrower has give that money for its goods and services will deposit 800 rupees, and again the LRR will be 20%, that is 160 rupees. From 800 rupees, the bank will keep 160 rupees as a reserve and lend 640 rupees as a loan to another borrower. Now, again, that circle will come. Borrower will use that amount of 640 rupees for its goods and services and give that money to the seller, and that seller will again came back to the bank and deposits its money. Now the bank gets 640 rupees as an initial deposit. Now again LRR of 20%, 128 rupees will be kept, and 512 will be left amount from that deposit, and this will give as an loan to another customer, and this process will continue. From these three rounds, like two rounds, the initial one, first one, and the second one, the total deposit of will be of 5,000 rupees, and loans given to the people will be of 400 rupees, and reserves with the bank is of 1,000 rupees. So this is the whole concept of money multiplier. Look, now have you examined something that bank at only 1,000 rupees, but at the final the total of the deposit is 5,000 rupees, and the reserves, look at that, the first in the initial state deposit is of 1,000 rupees, but now only the reserves is of only 1,000 rupees. With the money multiplier concept, they have credited the loans of 4,000 rupees to the people. This is I think mind blowing concept that you guys came through now, that is the money multiplier, and I hope you get it. This is a very small example I have given, and I hope you all guys get it, like what happened in this concept money multiplier. All the best for the next lecture, for the exam, everything. Take care. Bye.